Calling the regular city council meeting to order at 7:03 on Monday, May 19th. Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Balk.
Here.
Mayor LaRussa is excused this evening. Councilmember Parkins.
Here.
Councilmember Schneeman.
Here.
Councilmember Taylor.
Here. Great. Next on the agenda is our Pledge of Allegiance, please. So if we could all stand. We don't have anybody here to do it, do we? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next is an opportunity for public comment. If you have a comment, we ask that you keep it to 3 to 5 minutes and you come to the podium and give your name and address. There will be a second chance later for public comment. Just made sure that there was. Is there anyone? Please. Hi.
My name is Michelle Demaria, and I am currently in West Bloomfield, but I do work in Farmington Hills. and
Can you give your address for the
Farmington.
clerk, please?
Yeah, 6125 St. James Drive, West Bloomfield. And I am here today to speak about deer. Probably the first of many. But I wanted to bring some data to the council's attention today because I've been to a couple of meetings from other cities, and it seems as though a lot of the city councils have not been given full data sets in regard to like deer car accidents and the population of deer in their cities. So lucky for me, I'm a data analyst for my job, so I've been able to go through some of the city data to find out exactly what the stats are. So
And if I may, I'm sorry to interject, but
Yeah.
I do want to just let you know that during public comment, we will not.
Respond.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you knew that part.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so that's
Okay.
fine. So I apologize, I have to read it off here because I didn't memorize everything. But, so from my analysis, between 2014 and 2023, there were 1,606 accidents total in Farmington Hills, Farmington. Of those, 52 were deer-related, which would be 3.2%. Of those 52 accidents, 32 of them, 2.4%, were deer-only related. The remaining 13 were also related to other factors. So in 2023, the total number of deer car accidents in Farmington was 8. So we had a total of 8 accidents in Farmington in that year. That number is consistent with the same level of accidents that we had in 2019, which also had 8, and is only 1 accident more than the number that we had in 2016, which was 7. So based on everything that I've been looking at, it doesn't look like there's been a substantial increase in the number of deer car crashes in the city over the last 10 years. And again, the whole number, if you exclude accidents that include other factors, is only 32. So I kind of feel like the cull on the deer that was recently voted for is not something that's really necessary in Farmington. I feel kind of like it was brought up quickly and voted on quickly in order to try to prevent what happened in Farmington Hills with the opposition to it from happening here. But, slowly the word's getting out that this is going to be happening here, and residents don't want this. There's no data that actually supports the need for this in Farmington, and so I would ask that you guys rethink that as an option and look at other more humane options that are available. A lot can be done just with things like additional street signs that flash like they did in Rochester Hills, community education on deer-resistant planting. And then also, there's a lot of things that are causing a lot more crashes than deer that really should be looked at that none of the cities seem to be actually even focusing on. One of which is elder drivers over the age of 65, younger drivers under the age of 20, and then intersections that need to be better marked as far as a high crash area. Out of all the accidents that have happened in those, in that time frame, about 62% of the accidents were caused by those three factors and improper lane changes. So a total of 997 of the 1,600 accidents were due to those four causes. So those really should be addressed before anything else by the city. So other than that, I just wanted to bring it to your attention because with a number of 8 crashes for a whole year, that doesn't seem like something that really needs to be acted on. And I feel like the city kind of made that decision in haste to kind of join along with what Farmington and Southfield were doing. And when I was little, my mom always used to tell me, don't jump off a bridge. If your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump off the same bridge? And she would always say, no, don't do that, So just because they do something that doesn't make sense doesn't mean that you guys need to do something that doesn't make sense. So I just would ask you to rethink that and to look at the actual data and statistics before you make any kind of decisions on that or before you proceed with the current proposal. So
Thank you for your comments. Is there any other public comment? Okay. Next, we have an approval of items on the consent agenda. I would
Move to approve the items on the consent agenda.
Support.
motion by Ms. Taylor, support by Mr. Schneeman. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Then I would also seek a motion for the approval of the regular agenda.
Move to approve the regular agenda.
Support.
Also, motion by Ms. Taylor and support by Mr. Schneeman. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay. Next is the fun part of the meeting, where we have the presentation and public hearings, swearing in of our newest public safety officers, Jonah Fanning and Jackson Murray. So I'm going to turn it over to Bob Johannesson.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Bach, City Council members, and our City Manager, David Murphy. Thank you for allowing me to present our newest members of the department. These are always exciting times for our department. I'm honored to be here this evening while we swear in 2 new members to the Farmington Public Safety Department. I would first like to welcome up Jackson Murray to stand with me. Jackson comes from a distinguished line of law enforcement service. His father, Scott, retired as a lieutenant from the Westland Police Department, and his mother, Carla, is a sergeant with the Schoolcraft College Police Department. 2 of his brothers are also beginning their careers in law enforcement. Jackson initially came to this department as a PSA, but quickly decided that he wanted to be a full-time PSO. He was sent to the fire academy where he excelled, and then he was off to medical first responder. Jackson just recently graduated from the Wayne County Regional Police Academy, where he was recognized as runner-up for the Top Gun Award in shooting. Jackson holds an associate's degree in criminal justice from Schoolcraft College. And he told me that he wants to be a police officer to follow in the footsteps of his father and mother. He wants to serve the community and to improve and enhance the lives of everyone he encounters. I would like to invite Jackson's mother, Carla, to come up and pin his badge on his chest. Please administer the oath of office.
Yes. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, the provisions of the Charter, all ordinances of the City of Farmington, and that you will faithfully discharge your duties as a public safety officer to the best of your ability?
I do.
Just need you to sign here. Congratulations.
Nice job, Jackson. And now I'd like to invite up Jonah Fanning. Jonah joined the Farmington Public Safety Department in September of 2020 as a public safety assistant. And in 2021, he decided that he wanted to join the ranks as a firefighter. Jonah spent the next few years going to school and proving he was ready to become a full-time public safety officer. Prior to attending the police academy, Jonah completed his emergency medical technician program and worked with the Lyon Township Fire Department. Jonah recently graduated from the Wayne County Regional Police Academy and was recipient of the prestigious Sergeant O'Rourke Memorial Scholarship. When I asked Jonah why he wanted to be a PSO for the city of Farmington, he said, "There is no greater career than protect my hometown as a public safety officer. And I looked up to my dad, who was a sergeant with the Novi Police Department and an on-call firefighter for Farmington Hills." Jonah is joined tonight by his mother and father, his siblings, Josh, Joe, Georgie, Gabby, and Jake. I would now like to invite Jonah's father up to pin his badge on his chest.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, the provisions of the Charter, all ordinances of the City of Farmington, and that you will faithfully discharge your duties as a public safety officer to the best of your ability? I do. And you just have to sign. Okay. That is for you. Congratulations.
Nice job, Jonah. It isn't often that we get the opportunity to send two new PSOs to the police academy together. But I hope that you two have forged a bond as strong as brothers. You will walk side by side as you progress through your careers. And I hope that you continue to hold each other up and support each other as you did in the police academy. I hope that you celebrate each other's successes and comfort each other during failure. Gentlemen, you now have a front row seat to the greatest show in the world. You will be given the opportunity to do some amazing things and have to have profound impacts on people's lives. You will see society at its best, and you'll see society at its worst. But when you need help, look towards each other for support. When you are down, look to the department to build you up. None of us do this alone, so take the initiative to check in on each other because we are a family. I challenge you both to hold yourselves and all other officers accountable, to never tarnish your badge or the trust that comes along with it. You are joining the strongest brotherhood in the world, and we will promise to teach you our ways, our Farmington way, because this is who we are and this is what we represent. May you both have long, successful, fulfilling, and most importantly, safe careers. Please join me in welcoming PSO Jackson Murray and Jonah Fanning to the Farmington Public Safety Department.
So we'll take a little quick break so there can be some photo.
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll get out of the way, families?
I want you guys in the picture with them.
Okay, but then we'll get out of the way, and so I warned Jonah that I'd probably cry with his mom, so. Good job. So good. I was hoping you couldn't take pictures when I was. Now we'll move and you can get your stuff.
I know, it is a lot.
Hey,
I'll make sure.
this is your paparazzi moment. You remember those videos? You gotta have pictures for all the videos later.
Gentlemen, congratulations.
And your families.
Yeah, get your
Families
families.
up there.
Come on.
Siblings, everyone, get up there. I can use anybody's phone. Do you want me to? All right, ready? Do you want me to? It's okay. Who wants me to use your phone?
Yes.
No, I mean.
Straight ahead.
Ready? Thank you.
Everybody got all the pictures they want? We'll wait.
That's a chance.
Just saying. You're so welcome.
And then the city council is going to continue on with their rest of the council meetings, so if you can just move everybody that's not interested in
What?
the exciting items that
You're not all staying?
Where's everyone going?
Why are you all leaving us?
We're talking about wastewater.
My feelings are hurt. Uh-oh. Did you count it? You can look at mine, in case you need to read a. Okay, I believe we are moving on. Thank you at home, anyone that's watching, for your patience, because those are always really exciting, and we want to give everyone all the opportunity to celebrate. So we are moving on to new business. The first item is the 9 Mile Retention Environmental Quality Basin. I'm going to assume that might be Mr. Udi.
You assumed correctly, Mayor Pro Tem and City Council. So yes, this has been a long time project. It started out with the inspection of all the equipment, and that developed the service of certain equipment. Basically, this is the honey-do list of what should have been done over the years. It just never was done, caught up. We actually I presented this back in February of 2024. So Oakland County was able to service the equipment primarily with in-house technicians, using a little bit of outsourcing. But the equipment's all been serviced, maintained, brought up to specifications. It's all back in service. So actually at a cost savings over what the original estimate was. So with that there, I ask City Council to approval of the maintenance of the equipment and approve payment to Oakland County Water Resource Commissioner's Office.
Thank you. Any questions?
Move to approve payment to Oakland County Water Resource Commission in the amount of $13,257.13 for the 9 Mile Retention Environmental Quality Basin Electrical Service Equipment Repair Project.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Schneeman, support by Mr. Perkins. A roll call, please.
Falk.
Yes,
Harkins.
Yes.
Schneeman.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
thank you. Okay, next item is consideration to amend fiscal year 2024-2025 budget. Is that,
Yes, that.
okay, Jamie, it's you.
All right, let me get this. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, council.
Each year, city administration requests that city council adopt a year-end budget amendment, which simply refines our original budget estimates for the current fiscal year. These amounts were shown in the fiscal year 2024-25 projected activity column in the budget document presented to you on April 21st of 2025. The staff report highlights a lot of those large differences that we're seeing, and if you had any further questions, I'd be happy to dive into them. Otherwise, I would ask that you move to adopt the resolution to amend the budget.
Council, does anyone have questions for Jamie? We're all good? I would.
Move to adopt resolution amending fiscal year 2024-25 budget.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Perkins, support by Ms. Taylor. Roll call, please.
Perkins.
Yes.
Schneeman.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Bulk.
Yes. Motion passes. Thank you. Number C, or letter C, sorry. Consideration to approve certified 2025 delinquent false alarm fees, water and sewer bills, and invoices for placement on tax roll. I believe that's again you.
Thank you. Before you is the certification of the 2025 delinquent false alarm fees, water and sewer bills and invoices that should be placed on the City of Farmington summer tax roll in accordance with city code. The total amount to be placed on the 2025 tax roll is $214,544.55, excuse me. If there are no questions, then I would ask that you approve to place these delinquent false alarm fees, water and sewer bills, and invoices on the 2025 summer tax roll.
Do we have any questions? I have just a quick question. I'm just kind of noticing that trend that we're kind of going up in those amounts. Is that,
Yes, so our false alarm fees went up a little bit. City invoices went down a little bit. Our biggest change is in the water and sewer. And I did a quick analysis, and the average bill that's rolling over is higher. The average number that's rolling over keeps getting higher. I'm not sure exactly, why people aren't paying, but we do send notices to make them aware. It's also listed on the March water bill. So we're kind of doing everything we can to
Sure.
let them know that it's going to roll, but that is the numbers that I did see was.
okay,
things
thank
going
you.
up.
I noticed that trend, but I appreciate the clarification. If there are no other questions,
Move to approve the attached list of delinquent false alarm fees, water and sewer bills, and invoices for placement on the Farmington tax roll pursuant to city code.
Support.
motion by Ms. Taylor, support by Mr. Schneeman. A roll call, please.
Schneeman.
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Bulk.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Great. Motion passes unanimously. That brings us to our second public comment. Seeing no other public, everyone's left us, we will scratch that. And do I have any city council comments this evening? Anyone? We're good? Okay. Anything else for the good of the order? Otherwise, I will accept a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Schneeman, support by Ms. Taylor. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are done this evening at 8:07. Oh, wow, 7:27? How's that sound? Good evening. Fastest meeting ever.